Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news as Detroit police give the first updates after an off-duty Detroit police officer is shot early this morning. That tops our news this half hour. Thanks so much for joining us. We do want to go live to Jason Colthorpe. He is outside of Detroit Receiving Hospital where that officer is being treated. And Jason, how's he doing?
That's the good news, Rhonda. He's doing much better. He's conscious. I'm going to let the chief tell you in just a moment, who we just got done speaking to just a few moments ago. I'm going to let him share the good news on the status of that officer. Let me tell you a little bit about him before. This is a guy who's only 6 months out of the academy. And the way the chief puts it, his training kicked in last night when he was just getting off duty, and he showed up at the Motor City liquor store off duty. Got something there when someone encountered him, came running at him from about 25 feet away, had a gun in his hand. There was some sort of altercation. Shots were fired. The officer killed that man, but he was hit once in the chest and once in the leg. Now, here's how it all went down after that. 2 other people involved, police believe. A second suspect has been arrested. We just learned that. He ran from the scene after this happened a little after 11 last night. Police captured him. There was another guy in a car who police find, this is the part they find disturbing, he wasn't in any hurry to leave the scene. He had a vehicle, but he went over and not only didn't leave right away, he took the gun of the dead man and the police officer. It was his service revolver. Took those, left the scene. Police are now looking for him. Not much of a description. We'll get back to that. First, here's the chief updating us today on the condition of this officer.
I had a chance to have a conversation with him. He's smiling. He's optimistic. The one thing he did say, well, 2 things he said, 2 things he wanted. I want to get out of here, and I want a motorcycle, police motorcycle. So that's encouraging. He's not moving around yet. He's talking. I'm optimistic that they're going to start getting him up and moving around. That's always a good sign when that happens.
Yeah, that is certainly encouraging. His condition hasn't officially changed, and I know we've covered way too many of these officers being shot. Just knowing from what the chief has said previously, he won't be relieved until this guy does walk out of the hospital. So still a ways to go on that. And also, he hasn't gotten the motorcycle yet, but they're gonna do everything they can to do that. Again, police looking for a 3rd suspect, a black sedan. Not much to go on. They think he's a black man, about 5'10", so not much of a description at all. The second man, they say, was an active participant in all of this. They won't elaborate on that right now, but again, the officer shot in the chest, in the leg, doing much better. He's conscious after surgery, and as the chief said, he's moving around, joking and talking to him. So that's we're going to have much more on this story, still developing, obviously, with one of those suspects still out there. We'll be bringing it to you all day here on Local 4.
Oh,
Rhonda?
Jason, just so relieved to hear the news that he's going to be okay and he's up joking, and he should definitely get that motorcycle. But let's talk about, there have been, what, about 9 officer-involved shootings for the Detroit Police Department just since September. The most recent one, Officer Johnson, was shot in the head. I believe that was April 30th. How's his recovery?
He hasn't changed, and that's unfortunate because he is in a coma, not a medically induced coma. And the last time we talked to the chief, there was a bullet still lodged in his head. He hasn't regained consciousness, and but he remains the same as before. And like I said, it's not good news. And the chief also made a point. 9 officers shot, either on duty or off duty. In total, officers who've been shot at is about 13. In that time frame, and the chief is thinking this might be one of the highest in the country. It's probably worthy of another conversation later with him. How do you change that trend? Well, something he's always working on.
It's certainly troubling, and it should never be a trend. Yeah. And our hearts and our prayers are certainly going out to Officer Johnson and his family still. All right, Jason, thank you for the update. Meanwhile, we do want to get to some tragic news out of Orlando, Florida we're following, where a workplace shooting has left 5 people dead before the suspect turned the gun on himself. The shooting was reported around 8 o'clock this morning here at the headquarters of the Fiamma Incorporated company. This is an RV auto parts manufacturer, and police say that the 45-year-old suspect who was fired from Fiamma in April was armed with a handgun and a knife.
Unfortunately, we've seen this play itself out in our community and in other communities across the nation. And it is incumbent upon all of us not to become complacent or become callous to these horrific situations.
Police say that they were called to this same business before, back in June of 2014, when the same suspect allegedly attacked a coworker. The shooting comes just 1 week before the 1-year anniversary of the Pulse nightclub attack there in Orlando, Florida. There's new information this afternoon about a woman found dead this morning outside of a Highland Park supermarket. The woman's body was discovered in the parking lot of the Glory supermarket on Woodward in Manchester. Police say that it appears the woman, believed to be in her 60s, had blunt force trauma to her head. An autopsy will help determine if that came from a beating, I should say, or possibly a fall. Well, everyone is okay after a fire broke out at Colasanti's Market. This is in Highland Township. Police say that the fire broke out around 12:30 this morning at the market on Milford Road. Fortunately, the fire was contained to just the greenhouse, and again, no one was injured. Let's get over to Brandon, talk about our forecast for this Monday and the week ahead on the heels of one glorious weekend, Brandon.
You know, 87 degrees yesterday, so we're paling in comparison, and that's easy to do, but it's a pretty significant difference. 66 at Metro, 62 Pontiac. Numbers have been locked in here for a while. Still in the 50s up in much of our north zone. Sandusky at 57, 69 near Adrian and Monroe. And comparing noon temperatures today to noon temperatures Sunday, we are anywhere from 3 to 17 degrees cooler at the noon hour. And part of the deal is the clouds. The other part is the wind that is coming down from the north, a little pesky, a little breezy at times, could get a gust to 20 miles an hour, but north winds becoming northwest about 7 to 17. Temperatures struggling with only small or short windows of sun, mainly cloudy, isolated light shower chances, hoping to get us into the low 70s. But you can see the clouds will keep pouring in here, and there's a look at some wet weather way up north that we'll track for a shower chance later, and I'll give you the rest of the week's forecast coming up.
All right, Brandon, we'll see you here in a few. Meanwhile, fire investigators are working to determine what sparked a fire that sent 2 people to the hospital on Detroit's west side. It happened at a complex on Greenfield near Warren Avenue last night. EMS crews were originally called for reports of a woman with burns, but they discovered the fire a block and a half away.
They went up to the door and were breaking the glass and the door down. Then a male came out and like his shirt or something on him was on fire.
I help him outside because he go outside. I take him there, I bring him some towel, something, and go outside.
At this point, it's unclear what caused the fire. New developments this afternoon in the investigation into last weekend's deadly attacks in London that claimed 7 lives. London police conducted 2 more raids this morning and took several people into custody. So far, 12 people have been arrested. 3 men were involved in attacks with a van running down pedestrians on the London Bridge and stabbings in a nearby restaurant district. Police killed 3 suspects. After years of accusations and denials, today the scandal surrounding Bill Cosby begins in a Pennsylvania courtroom. Cosby is facing charges for allegedly assaulting Andrea Constand 13 years ago. The former Temple University employee says that Bill Cosby drugged and assaulted her in his home near Philadelphia. More than 50 other women also accuse Cosby of sex assault, but only one of them will be testifying during this trial. Cosby is not expected to testify. The trial is expected to last around a month. And a winning ticket has been turned in for the May 9th Fantasy 5 drawing, and a Warren man is now $176,000 richer. The man who chose to remain anonymous bought his ticket at the Shell gas station on Van Dyke in Warren. So to come on Local 4 News at noon, we are following stories making headlines from all across the world, why the government decided to take the nation off the grid, and how long this blackout will last. And right now, police in Australia are trying to determine whether a deadly attack this morning is linked to terrorism. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is
Welcome back, everybody. We go now to some stories that are making headlines around our state of Michigan and across the world. First, in Portage, Michigan, police say that the case of a missing Schoolcraft High School teacher has turned into a possible homicide investigation, and the woman's husband may be the prime suspect. Police say that Teresa Lockhart was seen at a Zumba class on Thursday, May 18th around 5 p.m. Teresa's husband, Chris, told police that she left their home in Portage around 10 that night and never came back. But for 2 days, he never called to report her missing. Police say that her husband is considered a person of interest in this case. Meanwhile, at the school's graduation ceremony on Saturday, students remembered Lockhart's impact on their education.
She was such a good teacher and such a big presence in the school system. She was super kind and inclusive, making sure we always knew what was going on and had our stuff done to make sure that we were eligible to be in the National Honor Society.
At the graduation ceremony, a seat was left vacant for Lockhart in hopes that she will eventually return safe. A hostage situation in Australia is under investigation after a potential terror attack left 2 people dead. This morning, police were called to the scene of a shooting where 1 man was found dead. Nearby, they found the alleged shooter barricaded inside of a home, holding a woman hostage. After nearly 2 hours, the gunman was shot and killed. Now they believe the attack may have been terror-related. And today, President Trump is expected to deliver a proposal to Congress that would seek to privatize air traffic control services at all public U.S. airports. Currently, air traffic control costs taxpayers around $10 billion a year. The proposal still needs to be ratified by Congress, but if it is, sources close to the president say privatize airport security may be his next proposal. So to come here on your Monday on Local 4 News at noon, the home run that planted Albert Pujols in the history books and a heartfelt moment after the game. The concerning trend sweeping the nation that experts are calling retail Armageddon.
Wind is a big factor in any kind of storm, any kind of weather, and the winds of change cooling us down for a stretch. How long? And rain chances all in the next few days, all next.
More than 1,000 stores closed last week alone as the shift to online shopping continues to hurt traditional retail stores. 2 of the hardest hit companies were Michael Kors, who announced that it's going to be closing 100 locations, and electronics giant we've been hearing a lot about, Radio Shack, has already closed 1,000 stores across America. As part of the closures, more than 100,000 retail workers have been laid off since October. So it's a troubling trend for sure as we shop more online, Brandon. But one place we can't get your forecast like you do it is online. We need you in person.
It's all about personality. That's what my mom always says. Well, I get the weather on my phone. I said, your phone doesn't have personality, Mom. Cloudy skies out there. Look at the boaters giving it a go. It's a little breezy and certainly is cool out there. 66 degrees with a north wind at 12 and visibility is at 10 miles, but the clouds are hanging on. And I think at best we get a very short, small window of some hazy sunshine, maybe a peak or 2 of blue sky, upper 60s to low 70s. And again, comparing to yesterday's 87 and humid, it's a solid 20-25 degree difference just in 24 hours, and the chance for a couple of drips and drops, mainly later in the early evening through the night and overnight, but nothing big here at all. Very isolated light showers. A lot of that should be north and west of most of Metro Detroit. Most of us will stay mostly dry, and a couple of drips around in the morning. 54 degrees will be your overnight low temperature. Temperatures are near 70 degrees down close to the Ohio border because the clouds have not worked their way as far as the thicker clouds down south yet. Coming from north to south, see a little swirl in the atmosphere just to our north. A little disturbance could produce a couple of showers again, sort of arcing into our north and west suburbs, parts of Livingston, Washtenaw, maybe Genesee, Lapeer counties. Later this evening could get a couple of drips out of that. And then tomorrow, the air flowing around the this area of low pressure out east will continue to pour in cool air and some of these wraparound showers that we're seeing out east. Let's take a look at the model here. And again, it does show a couple of these showers 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Really very little impact here. Tomorrow, again, a couple of showers here. Could be that the West Siders get a little bit more sunshine tomorrow. It just depends on the proximity of that low pressure out east. But 60s again tomorrow with an isolated shower or two. Again, not a very big impact on your day, but 70 on Wednesday and improving sky conditions starting to warm things back up on Thursday. We do have rain and thunder chances Friday, but Rhonda, we're already looking at the weekend. I mean, what else do I need to say?
Oh, does it look glorious? That'll help us get through the week, Brandon. Thank you. Coming up on Local 4 News at noon, performing real-life surgery using tools that sound a lot like science fiction. How this simulated surgery works and why doctors say it's the safest option. That's next.
So it's a little bit of an overcast day. You can see the temperatures are down. Perfect day, right, to run errands with your dog. Just dash into the store. Except even on a day like today, there is no safe time to leave your pet in the vehicle, even when the windows are cracked. And we will show you why today at 4 on First at 4.
100.